Big Brother 14 was the 14th season of the American reality television series Big Brother that premiered on July 12, 2012 on CBS and ended with its finale on September 19, 2012. The show is produced by Endemol USA and Fly on the Wall Entertainment. The premise of the series remained largely unchanged from previous editions of the series, in which a group of contestants, known as HouseGuests, compete to win the series by voting each other off and being the last HouseGuest remaining. One HouseGuest, known as the head of household, must nominate two of their fellow HouseGuests for eviction. The winner of the Power of Veto can remove one of the nominees from the block, forcing the HouseGuest to nominate another HouseGuest. The HouseGuests then vote to evict one of the nominees and the HouseGuest with the most votes is evicted. When only two HouseGuests remained, the last 7 evicted HouseGuests, known as the jury of 7, would decide which of them would win the $500,000 prize. A HouseGuest can be expelled from the show for breaking rules, such as exhibiting violent and disruptive behavior. Production: Big Brother 14 was produced by Endemol USA and Fly on the Wall Entertainment with Alison Grodner and Rich Meehan returning as executive producers. This season was announced on the same day as the finale of Big Brother 13 in a press release issued from CBS. Casting for Big Brother 14 began during the finale of Big Brother 13. This is the first season to use an online application process and to have a dedicated casting website like Big Brother UK. Applicants are required to make a 3-minute video, then use a form to submit it to the producers with a current picture. Applications and video submissions were due on May 11, 2012. Applicants chosen to be a finalist went to Los Angeles, where they were narrowed down to a pool of 40 finalists. Open casting calls were held by the producers where they visited New Orleans, Los Angeles, New York City, Charleston, Odessa, Dallas, Miami, Cincinnati, Boise, Chicago, Atlanta, Denver, Louisville, Boston, Champaign and Phoenix. On June 4, 2012, Robin Cass, casting director for Big Brother, revealed on her Twitter that all semi-finalists were contacted. The first television advertisements hinting this season's twist first aired June 17, 2012, on CBS. This season is being slated to promote a supersized season, indicating the most HouseGuests entering to date and 4 huge surprises to be revealed on the premiere, being the 4 ex-HouseGuests competing as mentors. By July 2, 2012, several media outlets such as CBS.com and Yahoo! TV officially released house photos. The season's main house theme is the 80s and Tokyo pop. The overall layout of the house remained the same as to recent previous seasons, in addition to various refurbishments to the appliances and a new paint job in the backyard. The room containing Pandora's box had been replaced this season with a dual HOH bedroom that was shared with the winning HOH's coach up until the feature was disabled when the coaches entered the game as regular players. The HouseGuests moved into the house on July 7, 2012. Format: HouseGuests were sequestered in the Big Brother house with no contact to or from the outside world. Each week, the HouseGuests took part in several compulsory challenges that determine who will win food, luxuries, and power in the house. The winner of the weekly Head of Household competition was immune from nominations and nominated 2 fellow HouseGuests for eviction. After a HouseGuest became Head of Household, he or she was ineligible to take part in the next Head of Household competition. The winner of the Power of Veto competition won the right to save one of the nominated HouseGuests from eviction. If the veto winner exercised the power, the head of household then nominated another HouseGuest for eviction. On eviction night, all HouseGuests except for the head of household and the 2 nominees vote to evict one of the 2 nominees. This compulsory vote was conducted in the privacy of the diary room by the host Julie Chen. In the event of a tie, the head of household cast the deciding vote, announcing it in front of the other HouseGuests. Unlike other versions of Big Brother, the HouseGuests may discuss the nomination and eviction process openly and freely. The nominee with the greater number of votes will be evicted from the house on the Live Thursday broadcast, exiting to an adjacent studio to be interviewed by Chen. HouseGuests may voluntarily leave the house at any time and those who break the rules may be expelled from the house by Big Brother. The final 7 house guests evicted during the season will vote for the winner on the season finale. These jury members will be sequestered in a separate house and will not be allowed to watch the show except for competitions and ceremonies that include all of the remaining house guests. The jury members will not be shown any diary room interviews or any footage that may include strategy or details regarding nominations. This season was the first to have 2 double eviction nights. It was also the first to have 2 vetoes at one veto ceremony. In a change from past seasons, 4 former house guests from past seasons of Big Brother returned to coach the new house guests during their time in the house. Each coach had to pick 3 of the new house guests that they will guide throughout the entire game. When a house guest wins head of household, the coach of that housemate will also gain their own private room adjacent to the head of household bedroom. The coaches compete in a new competition that replaces have versus have not competition for the season. The winning coach is granted the power to give one of their players immunity for the week or to trade one of their players for a player from another team. Depending on the rules of the coaches' competition, each coach then has to choose one of their own players to become a have-not for the week, or the winning coach has the opportunity of choosing all of the have-nots. House guests that are chosen to be have-nots for the week had to eat Big Brother's slop, and a weekly food restriction, take cold showers, and sleep on hard beds. The coaches were ineligible to win the $500,000 grand prize and the $50,000 runner-up prize, but instead were to be awarded a separate $100,000 prize if one of their chosen house guests wins Big Brother. However, on week 3, America voted to allow the coaches to vote whether to keep coaching or become house guests. 3 of 4 voted to reset the game, and all coaches earned house guest status, now eligible to win the $500,000 grand prize. House guests. A total of 16 house guests will compete, the same number of house guests competing in Big Brother 9. On July 4, 2012, 4 television advertisements were released throughout the day, revealing 11 names of the house guests to be competing in this season of Big Brother. The full cast of 12 house guests were revealed on July 5, with 4 returning house guests being revealed during the season premiere on July 12. An original 12th house guest revealed in the ads, Mike, was pulled off the final casting list for unknown reasons and was replaced by Joe. Coaches equals, this is the 4th season, after seasons 7, 11 and 13, to feature former house guests returning to the game. However, unlike previous seasons where the returning players competed as regular house guests, the veterans were tasked with coaching 3 of the new players. Upon entering the house, the coaches were ineligible to win the $500,000 grand prize, and were instead competing to win a separate prize of $100,000, which would be awarded to the coach of the winning house guest. However, after the July 26 live eviction episode, viewers were allowed to vote on whether or not to give the coaches the option of entering the game as regular players for the $500,000 prize. On August 2, America's vote was revealed. The result was to offer the coaches the option of entering the game. Julie Chen revealed that each coach would be called into the diary room individually to cast their vote to keep coaching or not. Inside the diary room was a reset button, signifying the game's reset for the coaches. If at least one coach decides to reset, all coaches would earn house guest status. A 3-1 vote brought the coaches into the game. Summary. Have-nots. Voting history. Note 1, as coach of the first place team, Brittany had to choose which one of her players would be the first head of household. As the coach of the last place team in the first head of household competition, Dan had to evict one member of his team on day 1. Note 2, during the first 3 weeks, the coaches participated in a competition that gave them the power to save or trade one of their players. In week 2, the power of trading a player was introduced. Note 3, due to a violent outburst, Willie was expelled from the game by Big Brother on day 14. Because Frank had not made nominations yet, Big Brother decided to allow the game to continue on as normal. In addition, Willie's expulsion prevented him from being a candidate for America's favorite house guest. Note 4, prior to the planned live eviction on day 27, the viewing public voted to offer the coaches the opportunity to become house guests. Each coach individually entered the diary room and was presented with a reset button. By pressing the reset button, the coach accepted the offer to return. If a coach did not press the reset button, that meant the coach declined the offer. By accepting the offer, the planned eviction would be cancelled, the coaches would become full house guests, and Shane would be eligible to compete for the next head of household competition. If all the coaches declined the offer, previously evicted house guests would be given the opportunity to re-enter the house and the eviction would continue as planned, but if even one accepted, the game would reset and the coaches would enter. Note 5, Week 6 was a double eviction week. Following the first eviction, the remaining house guests played a week's worth of game including HouseGuest veto competitions, a nomination, veto, and eviction ceremonies during the remainder of the live show, culminating in a second eviction for the week. Note 6, during the head of household competition, Big Brother tempted the house guests with the option to either win $10,000 or receive immunity from being nominated for eviction that week. Brittany was the first to complete the necessary amount of laps to fill her immunity jug during the competition and earn safety, while Mike Boogie won $10,000 during the competition. Note 7, during Week 7 there were 2 Golden Powers of Veto available. The first Golden Power of Veto was won by Ian as a result of Pandora's Box. Gene won the second available Golden Power of Veto in the competition. Ian opted not to use his veto, while Gene chose to veto Dan's nomination. Note 8, Week 8 was a double eviction week. Following the first eviction, the remaining house guests played a week's worth of game including HouseGuest veto competitions, a nomination, veto, and eviction ceremonies during the remainder of the live show, culminating in a second eviction for the week. Note 9, Week 9 had a special eviction night event. Due to this, the eviction and the following head of household competition occurred 2 days earlier on day 67. Note 10, during the finale, the jury members voted for which finalist should win Big Brother. Controversy. Willie was expelled from the Big Brother house on day 14 after head-butting Joe, who had made comments in retaliation to comments made by Willie. Moments before the incident with Joe, Willie told everyone that he would do anything to get himself removed before the actual live eviction that week. Willie proceeded to throw food at Janelle and call other female house guests explicit names, before ending his rampage with a headbutt incident. He was immediately called into the diary room and expelled from the game. Minutes later the remaining house guests were informed by producer Alison Grodner that Willie had been permanently removed from the game and the game would continue as normal. On day 42, shortly after Shane made his nominations as head of household, he told Danielle that the production crew in the diary room explicitly told him not to put up Frank and Mike for nomination that week. However, both were nominated and were thus eligible for eviction that week. On day 43, Frank drew a house guest's choice token during the player draw and when asked to draw again, as later confided to Boogie, he palmed the token. Many fans believe that this was a result of the production team's desire to keep Frank in the game. This led to an outrage within message boards, fans and viewers, causing many to doubt the authenticity of the show once more. The scandal also ran throughout the Big Brother house and caused tension between opposing house guests, who were not allowed to discuss the situation. Alison Grodner did not comment on the scandal. A video of Frank talking to Boogie about the cheating was put on YouTube, but later removed by CBS for copyright purposes. Despite outcry from fans, the game continued on as normal. On day 48, Mike was evicted from the game. Frank, when on the block, won the veto and later won HouseGuest, causing many forums to speculate that the competitions were rigged in Frank's favor. Despite controversy, the game progressed on regardless. On day 49, after winning the Golden Ball of Veto from the Crane game, Ian alleged several times to various house guests that some of the producers were attempting to manipulate his decision and threaten him in the diary room by supposedly telling Ian how the Ball of Veto will benefit him if he decides to use it. Although that did cause fans to question the Big Brother game, other house guests from past seasons have stated that the producers always ask the house guests to name pros and cons about evicting certain house guests for the week, and they also ask the house guests how it will better their own personal game if they kept one house guest in rather than the other, and vice versa. It's been known that producers ask house guests how evicting house guests, using the POV or a special power, will benefit their game, but the outcome is not controlled by the producers, as house guests can quickly change their minds at the last second if needed to. From seasons 2 through 9, host Julie Chen during the live shows would then say, "Let's take a look in the diary room," where house guests share their thoughts on the nominees as they cast their votes. And that's when the house guests would share the pros and cons and explain what would and wouldn't benefit their own game. Television ratings. Note 1, due to sports overruns, episode 26 was delayed by a half hour. References. External links: CBS official site, Global TV official site, official casting website, Big Brother live feed.